This week's episode of the Deckchair Yumz podcast brought to you by No Candles, No Fucking Cake. Now, Connor, you know one of the biggest problems in the world right now, it's not the fact that the petrodollar is decreasing, it's not the fact that the diesel's going up, it's not the fact that food's going up, not the fact there's a war in Ukraine, not the fact there's monkeypox going about, not the fact that the Queen might be dead, not the fact that Boris Johnson can't run from his car to a hotel without letting all his run the whole fucking man. It's the fact that it's Jack's fucking birthday and James told us there now. Happy birthday, Jack. Play the fucking intro. Yeah, what's up, motherfucker? Yeah, what's up, motherfuckers? You're very welcome back to another episode of the Deckchair Yumz podcast with me, Mickey Bartlett, aka Deckchair, and him, Connor Keys, aka Yumz.
Me.
Did you do a wee point there?
Did a wee point? No.
Oh, we fucking. Oh, to the camera now?
Camera now?
Fucking point
hey.
with these at.
Hey?
Carry on, Wayne, carry on, Garth.
Oh.
Party on, Wayne, isn't it?
That's aye.
That's Wayne's World 3.
Not me
just
first.
carry on, Wayne.
It's not my first day at the mart.
Oh, just no, let me try too. Fuck, that was a fluke.
That was fucking
Never hit the
deadly.
right button of a fucking light.
Could have been a lightsaber, could have been anything. Oh, there we go. So, Jack, have you got a? We're going to ask you off. I know you haven't got a microphone, but I assume you've got an Amazon wish list for your birthday, and at the top of it is a couple hand jobs. I don't know if they can deliver them via drone or whatever, but
obviously I'd do it, but
you know what I mean. All that moisturizer,
exactly. I'd be like fucking
slapping all over the place.
Oh, just like a gender reveal.
Actually, might be nice. Actually,
Just put ticker tape everywhere.
What age are you today, Jack?
22.
22.
Jesus, 22 again.
Second my shit. That's what you
piece
do.
I know, run about all healthy and all fucking full head of hair, piece of shit.
You do a bit about like the healthy loads. He would have healthy loads, wouldn't he?
A healthy bitch is a big fucking boss nutter.
Oh, you know.
I'd love a healthy load. So it's just a trickle now. Do you know what I mean?
Nice.
It's like
Sorry for doing your material.
It's like a dying fish.
It's not as if you're not used to somebody else doing your material, but that thing with the fucking.
Don't tell him it's part of the new show.
What's a new show?
Aye.
Go and watch Mickey's new show.
If you want to see that
iTunes.
joke,
Tickets
come
on
see me
sale.
on tour. Tickets on sale from shine.net.
All right. Now they'll be going, what the fuck?
You
was
get
that? See, now you've got the whole.
always
You've
leaves
just,
them wanting more.
well, I have
You know
now.
what I mean?
I've given them a visual clue, and they have to go and figure out the
You have
rest.
to
of it.
find out the rest. Just put the clues together and find out what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to big loads. The only big load I do now is washing.
Oh,
I don't
no.
do the drying. I don't run in my mom's house. I mean,
Oh no!
do you like my new cup?
I like
It's a Contigo,
I have
which is how you tell a Scottish child to share their toys. Give that Contigo. Go and give that Contigo. But Daddy, it's only a bike with one seat on it. I don't give a fuck, man. I stole that bike for everyone. Give that Contigo.
So if anybody from Contigo wants to give us a shout and let us sponsor, I have about 3 of those cups. I love them.
I have that one. I've got a water bottle, and then I've got another. See, that's got a wee fucking
Oh, I know.
a wee release button.
Oh, aye.
Do you know what I mean? Now I will say this: there's green tea in that, so I might need a pish
Oh
in
no.
the next 5 minutes.
The other thing is, I have the jumbo one.
Must you get that later?
A litre.
A litre?
Nearly, well, 750.
Sure, why would you be wanting 750 ml of coffee?
Well, will it
Connor?
tell you, it's
What are
one-
you trying to do? Stay awake for a year?
I had I scoured the supermarkets of Indiana, Walmart and Meijer to try and find the perfect, longest lasting.
Fuck my your holidays sound class.
I swear. My wife goes,
What'd
"Are
you
we
do in
going?"
America? I went
know.
looking for a cup.
She says, "Are we going to the supermarket again tonight?" You better fucking believe it. That's pure bliss. Anyway, you've
You're
never.
a fucking nerd.
You have
I
never.
swear to
Like,
God.
no. You have to go.
All
You have to go
inclusive.
to.
Say a half board and I had to go and buy my own cup.
No, you have to visit a Walmart post 11 o'clock at night. You just have to. If you haven't done that, you haven't lived, because you see some of the fucking
Aye.
weirdest bastards on this
I've heard
planet.
Walmart.
So that was my excuse to go there, was to look for a new Contigo, but I found a Contigo.
Aye, Walmart does everything apart from abortions. Topical. Roe versus Wade was revoked. Not revoked. What do you call it?
Reversed.
Repealed.
Reversed.
Reversed.
Overturned.
Overturned. Disgusting, if you ask me. I saw something on the internet. This is a very dark way to start the show.
I was trying to be nice there, but going like walking around.
We'll talk about cops again in a second. Speaking of cops, what about abortions?
Fuck off.
Speaking of mugs, what about the Supreme Court? Huh? Bunch of mugs. I saw something online, and it may be the darkest thing I've ever seen. And obviously, fucking horrible situation, right? Genuinely think that the fucking a woman's right to choose being repealed or reversed in America is disgusting. But I did see something that I went, oh fuck.
Oh no.
that the only way to safely have a child aborted in America is to go full term, give birth to it, and then send it to school. I didn't say that. Someone else did. I just told you.
That's awful.
I just repeated that.
You did repeat that.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't know why you repeated it, but you did.
Fuck.
That is terrible, but it is such a fucking true story.
Saying it like,
Yeah.
we care about every life. Shut the fuck up. Stop crying. Learn algebra under gunfire. What a fucking...
Here, it would make the
what a
test a lot
nightmare
easier,
of a
wouldn't it? Whenever there's no guns allowed in the exam hall, and you're like, well, I've been under the highest pressure there has been.
100%.
I had an AR-15 pointed at me while I was trying to figure
Yeah.
out Pythagoras' theorem.
Your absolute...
I'm going to do this.
Yeah, your absolute first job interview. It's like, how do you handle stressful situations? Well, I can do an entire Shakespearean sonnet while there's fucking bullets zinging past my head. What about that? And I'm diabetic. Because America's not very, very healthy people. Says me.
Oh, no, but we'll just stop there.
Yeah, no,
Because we can get ourselves a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Too much.
Plus, we're doing just rapid holiday rounds. We'll probably get really stuck into it. Shouldn't say stuck into it. I'm talking about abortions and school shooting, should I? I mean, you think Americans had it bad? We had to eat semolina. Don't come talking to me. Talk to me about how hard your school life is. Fuck me.
Have them Waynes ever had to scrape the skin off custard?
Exactly.
No.
Aye.
No.
Yeah. Do you ever try and drink a Suki, but the cardboard's all wet? You get a wee bit in your mouth? Don't come crying to me. Oh, we have to go through safety protocols. Don't you even fuck. Do you ever do cycling proficiency?
Oh, you haven't fucking
You
lived.
haven't fucking lived in America.
You don't know what it's like
You don't know what it's like at all.
until you have an alcoholic teacher out trying to show you how to fucking drive around curbs.
Nothing better than an alcoholic teacher.
Oh,
I saw
the best.
the alcoholic teacher from our school a couple of weeks ago at the train station. Cunt has needs today. Fair play to him.
Pickled, that's why?
But look at me. I tried to get pickled. Look what happened.
Well, you
I ended up more pulled.
You look like pickled beetroot.
Like fucking pulled pork. Speaking of pulling pork, any wanks recently?
Oh, no, stop it. Oh, Mickey, I can't believe you're...
Oh, that green tea's real strong at the bottom.
Oh.
Say green taste generally.
Would not surprise me.
I haven't been drunk in ages, you know. Here, I haven't been drunk since the... When did we do the live podcast? 2 weeks ago? I haven't had a craving for alcohol
Since then?
since then.
That's because I think we consumed about 3 months worth in that
I
night.
don't know. I don't know if it's the old frog therapy, namaste, or the fact that I think that night I just completed drinking.
Aye, the game, like you've done the game.
I went to a pub quiz all night. Guess what I did? Drove, and I had a Guinness Zero, and then I had 2 more Guinness Zeros, and then I woke up the next day feeling like I drank 12 actual Guinness.
Was this pub quiz in like a church hall or something?
It was in my local bar in Woodville.
It was in a pub.
It was in the actual Woodville, like
In the Woodville?
Woodville.
And you didn't drink?
didn't drink at all.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, get the Campbell up your...
No, fuck.
Get it.
No. 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 How do you make out do that thing? Is this one? Mm-hmm. Then you go like that. We really should. Let's see which one I wanted. No, we got rid of it, didn't we? A little bit of the. Nope.
That was our button for we didn't use. So just
Denied.
let's go.
Oh, do we have that one? Oh, sorry, Connor. For those listening, I just slapped Connor for being a dick. Don't tell me I'm denied. A little bit of the. Fuck you, blue button. We need to fix that.
We need to, no. When you say we need to fix that, it means you need to learn what's on it.
No, I just need to make it accessible,
Right.
user friendly.
Just have one panel.
One panel with crayons. Me, we're talking about them old school.
Fuck right.
Old in school too. Words you never hear together in America. Because if you go to school, you're not growing old.
I was trying to deflect and move on down a wee pathway there that took us down. Nice wee talk, but
Going
fucked
ahead.
it everything.
Here, let's start with the good news, Connor. Right?
Good news is-
Let's start with the good news because we've just made abortion and school shooting. Sorry, we haven't. You did, Connor. Piece of shit. How dare you? You should be ashamed of yourself. I didn't say anything. Me, Mickey Barton on tour soon. The nation's sweetheart. I wouldn't say anything like that. Connor's just got really good at impressions. All right, Connor. How it is wild right and wild stone. Good man, Connor.
Just out of nowhere, I am managed to do impressions. all of a
I
sudden.
just managed to do impressions out of nowhere, wild stone.
How long?
How long?
You need to add a-
Mustang, sail it. Not now, Connor.
need to add a little bit of gravel to it there, Mick.
Like a traveller. No. Good news.
Good news.
Best news. Now I'm looking for the fucking. Where's the one that has the applause on it?
We got rid of that because we don't need applause.
Fuck's sake. Well, okay, well, there's no button for it. Doesn't matter. I'll do it. Good news is Sammy's alive.
Sammy's alive, ladies and gentlemen. Sammy is alive. Sammy is alive. I am so happy. It may not be Sammy, it may be Samson, but it's Sammy to me.
You think Sammy was he away doing a bit of bucking? Do you think?
I don't know because
the video you put up. Let me just say, sorry to interrupt. I know it's your story, but it's my podcast. It isn't. It's ours. Thanks very much for all the opportunities. Thanks for showing me how to use a microphone. I'll tell you what happened. Right. So obviously Sammy passed. Well, we thought Sammy passed. I've seen the crime scene footage.
Yeah.
It certainly looked like somebody run over a squirrel and its arsehole blew out under its tail.
Yeah.
That I can definitely say. Now I'm no epidemiologist.
One of them ones, yeah.
I'm no octogenarian, right? I'm no pescatarian. I'm a Catholic. but it definitely looked like there was a fucked squirrel.
There was a fox squirrel, and what it highlighted to me, Mick, was there always a fight between the grey and red squirrels, and I'm like, well, I seen both colours.
Yes.
You know, I seen the outer grey
The
and the inner red.
The red squirrels are more ginger, not scarlet.
Yeah, and there would be less tissue.
Yeah. I mean, there was tissues because I cried. But
You said cried.
out of my dick.
It was sad now.
It was sad day, right now. I don't know what day it was. Maybe was it Sunday? Sunday. It was Sunday. So we were doing that big cancer gig. You're welcome. I was sitting upon my throne, the shitter, as it's known to the working classes. Obviously, I drive an Audi now, so called something else.
Yes.
I was sitting upon
the lavatory.
Yes, my porcelain. I was in the bog,
Right.
and I started watching your story. Right, there's no Connor's story. Obviously, the crack is here. Thinking probably somebody was singing or something. Right. Oh, class Connor's doing something else good in the community. Oh, well done, Connor, for helping people again. Fucking Mother Teresa.
Oh my god.
And then I see fucking a squirrel popping up, right? And I watched the entire thing with you going, eat the nut, you can't eat, right? And I, honest to God, couldn't let a poop fall out of my ass until he bit the nut. And once he did, like, so my house, it was like, bloop.
Oh, imagine how
I'm over the moon for you.
I was so
and
excited.
I don't think that is the son of Sam, because that's a serial killer from America.
Yes.
I think that's because that looks too big to be a Wayne.
I thought that, but he's definitely thinner.
Oh, he's thinner than Sam.
Maybe he went away for a wee. Maybe he was in like a.
He's on a detox or something, or a retreat.
He just went on a retreat, you know, like a keep fit thing, whatever.
I don't know, a stag. Squirrels have stags, don't they?
Probably, I would say so. Susie was I haven't seen Susie in a long time, so I don't even know if maybe Samson is Susie.
It's hard to tell.
There definitely was. So this time last year, there were two squirrels, right? That's the story. There always was two squirrels. And we only ever seen, for the last 6 months, we've only seen one. The other one, or it's two of them, we don't see them.
Very hard
but
to
they've never
tell.
seen the two of them together. And then on Sunday morning, I was just... I don't know how to describe it, Mick. It was a feeling of... You know,
I can describe it from watching the videos. You were sitting in the shed smoking weed, and then a squirrel came out.
That's a...
For those of you who are hard of hearing.
Yeah, but no,
For those of you hard of hearing. You're
incriminating me for something I didn't do.
Sorry.
I did not smoke a joint.
Connor was in the shed listening to music.
Yeah. Putting my vinyl on.
It was in the shed.
Yes.
Drying his jeans.
Yep. And the wee skitter just appeared. Now here's the thing. That's why I said on the last podcast was I was able to coax him closer to the shed. That's why where that nut was right at the shed, and he didn't come. And I thought, oh, it's not Samson. That's not Samson.
Yeah.
But listen, the thing is, he's back. I don't give a fuck. And every night he's coming
Every
in.
day,
And do you remember I told you about the squirrel food? Was it? Did I talk about in the podcast last week where the squirrel food landed from Amazon?
The day after
I found the fucking the corpse, and the squirrel food is new stuff. It's like berries and the wheat
granola.
I swear to fuck, that was like, because normally it was just peanuts I was giving him. Now the wee cunt doesn't know what to choose, and he's getting picky. Leaves the sunflower seeds behind now.
Yeah, you're just right. I've been reading up on them. Awful lot of pesticides in sunflower seeds.
Was that right?
Like, don't use sunflower oil, stick to olive oil. Like in the old country.
He doesn't clean up after himself, so that's what made me think he was a teenager. Put that in the story too.
Do you think he's cleaning the bathroom himself by accident because when he turns around his tail just brushes everything.
Oh no, this was like just fucking shells over his head. Like, oh, I didn't give a fuck. Whereas Sammy would have, and then just right down in front of him.
What would he have done there?
And then just right down in front of him.
Okay. Do one more time just so I know what you've.
Right down in front of him.
Oh, gotcha. Says he can't do impressions. That convinced me. To be honest with you. I was like, oh my god, it's the squirt in the room. Jesus Christ. Like Lawrence Olivier.
But listen, the wee small fingers on the crate there, no, 4 fingers.
Wild hard to get a hand job off him.
Wild hard, because he's no opposable thumbs.
That's like, makes it look massive, but no. The squirts not have thumbs.
No, he's useless in the vent machine. Can't put the, he can't. But
that's a shame, because if he had thumbs, you have somebody to play the PlayStation with.
That's what I thought as well. I was like, I can train you, but I thought I could train him with 4 fingers.
To play PlayStation? I suppose he's only wee hands, I think
he could work it, no bother. Dead on.
Well, I'm happy for you, man.
I'm over the moon.
I'm glad you're scored. Back and you've got a big cup out of Walmart.
I got a. Rock
and roll, baby!
Listen, as you know, I do get this. You're not the only one to give me touch about being an old born bastard. Like
I would never say that you're an old born bastard.
Oh, you come.
I've just let you talk and been like, here, ladies and gentlemen.
I present to you an old born bastard. What else have I got in my fucking life, Mike?
You've me.
That's true.
I mean, I can show you how to be young. You know what I mean? Burback of her or something. You know what I mean? Antibiotics and stuff might like be alright.
Been there. It's alright.
Burback in a her?
No.
Burback of her. Jesus Christ, no, you double wrap it.
No, absolutely.
You double bag it like a big McDonald's order. You never Burback of her, sir. Jesus.
Sorry.
Not at all.
You were the one who said it.
I know, but I'm just saying,
Jesus.
Wouldn't Burback a fucking dodge him?
No. I don't know.
A dodge him's a massive her. I don't know what I'm talking about.
But I'm just thinking about the exhaust in it.
Oh. There's no exhaust on a dodgem deck, have you? When's the last time you went to the dodgem?
You think so? Take a look.
There's an exhaust in the dodgem?
Of course there is. Doesn't do anything. It's just a wee thing and makes it look like a car. It's just there.
I have to go.
I know. I was going to leave it and go, that cunt's going to drive to my door someday to see is there an exhaust, but I'm not going to do that.
Just stand there.
Because the cost of diesel, I wouldn't do it to you. But if I had a cheap diesel, I would have sent you on to fucking go look at it.
Aye, because I would have.
You know you would have. You wouldn't have went to Bundoran, but you would have went to Barry's because you're up on the north coast now.
See,
you know what I mean?
That's an old born bastards if they have a great day out. Mum will go to Bundoran and see if the Dodgems have exhaust. I've plenty of coffee.
No, Bundoran's not. No, that's not a day.
That's all it used to be.
Nah.
Aye. My man and dad met in Bundoran. Right. Which is exactly how I know not to Burback of her. Hi, mummy. Funny thing is, she was the one Burbacked him. Right up his dumper.
Oh, I
pegged him so hard he now farts, I guess. Oh.
Say it again.
Oh. There's times if he has a curry, we think the kettle's boiling. Oh. Just wheels turn at the front door.
Oh, yeah.
I've been on my own for 2 days, man.
Why am I now thinking of you, like your dad's rectum?
Why are you thinking of it? He didn't. You know, she did wreck him. She nearly killed him.
I love the way you say stuff there. You started off in the wrong path. And you went fucking straight in. The skills just get back in by the wee uppercut just before you fail.
Hadouken. I did support for the wonderful Jason Manford.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even know what was happening. I know it on Facebook or
Instagram. I don't know if you've seen if you've seen online. Shane and Colin supported Kevin Hart the week before and got some nice bottles of tequila.
Oh, what did you get?
10 of Fanta.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Was it inscribed on it?
Yeah, it said Fanta. But to be honest with you, it was inscribed. Which was a really, really personal, private message. When you look at the bottom of the tin, me and Jason Manford always have this thing between. We always have this saying, which is EXP March 2024.
Ah, fuck.
And I was like, I can't believe you remember, Jason.
We in joke.
I can't believe you remember that.
That's unreal.
EXP 2024. But I always say that. I've never done say that.
I've heard you say it all the time. I actually didn't even know what it was. That's a wee joke with you, Manford.
The amount of times people say to me, would you ever stop saying EXP 2024? I always can. It's just my motto. It's my do you know what I mean? It's my chantra.
You know, JC. JC fucking man.
Tell you what, an absolute professional comedian. Like,
I would imagine
Like
so,
fucking. But one thing that was very strange, and I feel like we were bad about it.
Where was this gig, by the way?
Millennium Forum in Derry.
Okay.
So Jason goes out and does like 20 minutes before the support act. But
20 minutes?
Yeah. But he brings you on as a kind of a. When I was starting out, it was always nice to have somebody, do you know, like, give me a leg up, something like that. And after he was like, how do they know you? Because when I went out, the place went fucking mental. And I was like, no, it wasn't mental.
But you're Mickey
There was
fucking
enough
Bartlett.
people lying around where I was like, you don't know me. A couple of people I was going, you fucking hate me. You absolutely don't even like me.
Yeah. But the rest fucking knew you.
Yeah, but
because you're Mickey fucking Bartlett.
And the worst thing is that Chris Kent had come to Lavery's the night before and told me he did that. And I should have gone, Jason, when you're bringing me on, don't do the giving me a leg up version. Do the some other version.
Please welcome local legend.
Yeah, but then I wanted to see what happened.
You're gonna love that too.
I had to say this. Now, two weird things. First of all, I went to Millennium Forum, parked my car at the back of it.
Yeah.
Saw a lot of people standing outside, and then I rang the buzzer to get in, and everybody just fucked off. So I was just standing outside the Millennium Forum, bussing for a piss, and I had to walk around the front with my wee jacket on a coat hanger like a muggle. And then I had to piss real bad.
I was there Wednesday night, and well, I know the keypad code, but I wouldn't.
I know it now.
Aye, but I wouldn't. There's no way I would have walked in the front.
Thankfully, it was there early
That's
enough.
a long way to fucking walk to the front.
Not if you go up the wee step. If you go up the wee step on the walls, takes you straight up, straight around. No. And then through the side door.
Fuck's sake, didn't even know.
See, sure, I lived in Derry a long time. Sure, I know all the shortcuts, Connor.
Yeah, I was there with Shane last Wednesday night, was it? Yeah, last night. But so tell me then, what's the crack? You'd met Manford before?
The only time I'd met Jason Manford was very, very briefly. We were in the Empire years ago, and he wasn't on. He was just down watching.
Right.
He might have been doing the Blame Game or something. But a pregnant woman fainted on a stool and fell off it. Right. And everybody was just we were all just standing looking at her. Fuck my god, big doll fell off. And he was like, out it road. Everybody move. Let me get a hot towel and water. She's fainted. That's not a very good impression, Jason Manford.
That's
at all.
Jimmy Savile.
I'm not entirely sure I know who Jason Manford is. Jason Manford's the guy that wears the hat and the goggles and that.
Ah, that's my man.
So I had a lovely time, and I'm trying to think.
That's a weird one. Now Murphy does that. Murphy does the thing where he comes out and does like MCing for 5 to 7 minutes, maybe 10 at the max, but 20 minutes before you see.
I personally don't agree with it. If I'm doing a solo show and there's a support act, I might go out and do 2 or 3.
That's what I think.
Bring them on. But to be honest with you, again, I was talking to Chris because me and Chris kind of both done support for people quite a few times. You almost want to go, fucking let me go on and do my job, because my job is to warm them up.
Yeah.
So let me go out and take the bullets.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, it's at that point where you've been selected.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're obviously selected for a reason. It's not just because let's find somebody. You've been selected because.
Oh no! A lot of times it's just find somebody. Like.
No, but I mean, like
for the bigger ones, I think anyway.
But if I assume it wasn't Jason Manford sent you a message, so it was somebody who contacted you. I just assume
he sent me an email since subject EXP 2024, and I was like, "Fucking Jason, what are you like, man? What the fuck are you like, skitter?" I was like, "I bet there's a photo of something here. I bet there's that photo of the fellow with the big black willy." Not from last week's. Remember the one that was doing the rounds? He's mad for them. He's working on BBC. You know they're like.
You know they're on. Fucking
never done send you photos of kiosks.
No, but I would agree. I think do they? Is it because they don't know you, so they think? But Murphy does it to me, and this is my 3rd year with him. So, but it's just a thing he does, and that's.
It made me. It made me realise how it's very apparent that the sort of boom of comedy in Northern Ireland we're going through at the minute, no one else knows about it.
Oh yeah, it's completely internal.
Like no one knows about
nobody knows. Yeah. Or if they do know about it out and about, it's people from here living elsewhere. Like there's nobody in England knows this podcast who isn't from here. Like there's very few English people will be mad into listening.
If you're English and you listen to this, give us a shout.
Oh, because we should do that. I mean, we should point out that we have. Do you know we have a listener in Barry Island?
As in Gavin Stacey?
Aye.
I fucking love that show.
So do I.
Let's go.
I know. We should do a fucking live podcast with
Fucking
Barry
right.
Island.
I definitely want to.
fucking
Yeah.
unreal.
Oh my god, definitely.
Be mighty. But
I-
yeah,
can
we
I-
have.
Can I reenact bits? No, can I stand on the fucking foreground car book and be all here, Connor? Where am I
You said
standing?
first. You said first.
You said first.
No.
You're riddled, Dave. You're riddled.
Oh fucking hell! Yeah, one listener, but
What's occurring?
one listener. That's all we have in Barry Island. I don't know
Right,
who
if
it
you're
is.
the person who listens to Barry Island, please message
Please let us know. Yeah, absolutely.
us. We're going.
People on the Cayman Islands didn't know they listened to
Well,
him.
obviously, we're
You know
talking
what
about tax fraud quite a bit for them concerts. Like, if you're on the Cayman, fuck Barry Island. Like, if you're the Cayman Islands, bring us over.
I mean? Yeah, do the
Do a
Caymans,
podcast
yeah.
from your house.
Birmingham. Shout out to the Birmingham Massive, who
You're
are
big fans of Birmingham.
we only London beats Birmingham. So Manchester, Liverpool, Glasgow,
I didn't know this.
Birmingham.
I should definitely be doing more gigs outside of Ireland then.
Yeah, Birmingham. We could do a fucking live podcast in
Nah, but that'll
Birmingham.
be a nightmare getting heckled in that accent.
Oh, it'd be lovely.
this.
Oh, but
I don't think you're very funny.
oh fuck no, the women's accent is. Oh,
Do you
my God.
do you think Birmingham's a sexy accent?
Oh, it's fucking unreal.
Really?
Oh, aye.
Oh no.
Oh, it's up there with the Welsh one.
Do you want to close your eyes and I'll do it for you
Go.
then, so you can just feel sexy?
All right, Connor. Would you like to lick my flaps? I'm going to pull my pants down now.
I can't do it. I've lost it. I think I turned into one of them fucking animated characters
Yeah.
from the 70s.
Yeah, we're just Thunderbirds there. Do we?
All right.
Yeah,
Oh,
Birmingham.
I think I'm going to have an orgasm. Would you like to go to a Premier Inn with Lenny Henry?
Very weird, but Birmingham, yeah, really got me in that one. I have to say, I thought in my head I was like, okay, London, obviously because of the population, but Manchester, Liverpool,
Birmingham,
Birmingham,
and thank you very much for listening.
yeah.
But Birmingham scares the fuck out of me.
Why?
Because the only time I've ever spent in Birmingham is gigging in wasn't the Glees. I can't remember the name of the clubs. But basically, they would put you up in a really nice jury's inn, right? But the jury's inn they put you on was in the sort of the drinky, bingy, like Pop Worlds across the street and Tiger
fuck,
Tiger and all
right,
these sort of
okay,
weird
yeah.
clubs. So you would do the gig. The gig was always a wee bit tough. Maybe in me, I'd always go back to the hotel and get pissed. Mm-hmm. So the only time I would be in the street in Birmingham would be around 2 a.m.
When you're having a fag.
having a fag and waiting for Domino's. And when you see the state
Oh yeah.
of the arguments happening up and down that road, I don't like England. Do you know what I mean? No wonder them 6 fellas left here. I would say to myself. You know the sex I'm talking about. Yeah, obviously you know the sex I'm talking about.
I do, yes.
Yeah. You know the sex lads I'm talking. You know who I'm talking about, like Lenny Henry, Jasper Carrot, Frank Skinner, and
Lenny
I'm at
Henry
Guildford
left
4. That's 7.
Lenny Henry left here after the guy.
Aye.
He's originally from Ahern, is he? No? Where's he
Yeah.
from?
Aye.
One of the Henrys, Ahern.
He heard somebody shout "Black Bastard," thought they meant him, and left, but they were talking about Protestant.
That was Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson and Lenny Henry, that'll be a good meeting.
Fuck, wouldn't it?
Lenny, how you doing? Tell me this, are you still going out with Dawn French?
No, we separated a while ago. I'm no longer riding the Vicar of Dibley.
Dib like.
You think a Birmingham accent sexy? That's terrible.
there's
That's
something.
I don't know.
Or something. Would you have a Glaswegian, for fuck's sake?
Glaswegian's no, but very
Glaswegian's fucking. Glaswegian's
I have
violent.
a very specific Glaswegian.
You have a very racist Glaswegian.
It's not,
like, but,
it's not racist.
well, you're fetishizing the race, yeah.
I'm not fetishizing the race at all.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. It's not fetishizing the race because it's fetishizing big tits. It's a Glaswegian woman from Japanese descent with big norks.
Uh-huh.
So I'm fetishizing the big tits.
You're actually
the Japanese bit I can take or leave, to be honest with you.
You're actually getting
Scottish girl with big titties.
You're more precise, because if anybody listens back to the previous podcast, it was just an Asian person. Now it's Japanese.
No, I said aging person.
That's what you're going with now.
I'm 35 now.
Yeah,
I'm like, I
you're
want
35.
somebody the same sort of level of maturity as me. Do you know what I mean? I want to be all, do you fancy a ride? But you be, no, pal, my hip's killing me from doing karate. I'm like, oh well. My back's too sore. I can't do fucking karate with these big tuts.
And how would you get turned
I'd be
on by
all-
that, but not fucking not a Brummie one? Had a Brummie not do it?
I don't know. I think it's too slow an accent.
Would you like me to suck your cock now, Mr. Bartlett?
Fuck no, I do like it. Would you call me Mr. Bartlett? I'm into it.
Oh,
All right, Mickey. Would you like me to
Mickey.
suck your balls now?
Fucking right, they're going to hit on.
Now, realistically, I mean, it would be right enough to say that anybody listening in England is probably expats from here. Can you imagine there's any English ones even understand what we're saying?
From Birmingham, I probably
Maybe
rough idea,
Birmingham, Liverpool maybe as well, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Scouse, now there is an accent I can't get behind. Like a real thick Liverpool accent. I can't get hard to it. Yeah, right, Mickey. Would you like me to suck your cock, mate? Oh no, I do like it. I think what I've discovered in this wee bit is anybody who offers to suck my cock.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what
I'm up
accent it
for
comes in. Yeah,
Yep, definitely
He'll
up for
come in
it.
it.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
Mickey, how you doing? I was wondering, can I make you an offer? Would you like me to put my cock in my mouth?
Marlon, I'd love to. Just to be well kind to you.
Haven't slept with the fishes in a while.
Just to be awful good, you know. Take that there and look at the mess we've made of you now.
Oh, take
Jesus.
that cannoli.
Oh, master good, you know, but master good indeed. Jesus, never let them know what you're thinking, Marno. Not right.
Never go outside the family again.
That's it.
Sonny's gonna handle it.
No, not Sonny. Marlon, I want you.
Yeah, so shout out to all the Birmingham
You want me
people.
to suck your cock, you motherfucker, you?
Oh, there he is. I haven't seen him in a while.
I thought you were home alone, you piece of shit, cocksucker asshole, you. Do me that thing. Jesus, Joe. He's in the teeth. You like that, you fucking Irish piece of shit, you? You fucking like it? Just Joe, mind the gold tooth there now. Leave that behind you.
Oh, sweet mother.
So yes, what we're saying is thanks to everybody who listens from further
Thanks,
afield in Northern
everyone,
Ireland. Other places I would fuck people from.
Fascinating.
Australian accent, I love it.
Australian's good. Australia, we've quite a few in Sydney.
I'd have a few in Sydney too if she was up for it.
It's just, it was weird to me. I went to look, and in the last month, there's been more listeners in England than in Northern Ireland, which is very strange.
It's fucking disgusting.
Very
I'm
strange.
trying to sell tickets here. I know. English people, if you know anybody in Northern Ireland, send them this podcast and be all Max funny as fuck. Doing Connor's on tour soon over there.
It makes funny as fuck, and Connor's there as well.
Singing or something. I don't know. Something about squirrels. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Knock fuck it, yes.
Hey, Mickey, would you like me to sack your cock? Yeah, it definitely works for Australian.
It works for, yeah. Is there an accent that doesn't work in? That's maybe the one. Mickey.
Ancient Egyptian.
Mickey.
Ancient. Oh, not a fuck do salaka. What?
Mickey, that's so cool, right, Mickey?
Fuck, here, that'll actually move me up, give me shivers. Oh my god. Turns out gypsies are big daddies too. Oh, no, it's still going. Do it again.
That's so cool, right, Mickey?
Say you'll put your finger up, that's what I did.
Quit with the fatty stuff, just bait it into me.
That's scary. I've had that said to me before.
It's a joke,
I know, but I have heard it said to them. Yeah.
No, you haven't. That's an urban myth. That is an urban myth.
No, it's no. I know that's an urban myth, and I know it's a joke.
'Cause I heard it before you even went to fucking
absolutely.
McGee.
I've heard it before. I heard it when I worked in a call center.
Yeah.
Right. But I genuinely was with a girl one time who said it to me. She had obviously heard the joke as well,
Right, okay.
which made it worse because, like, as a comedian, I was offended.
Yeah.
As a lover, I'll take it or leave it.
I
Do you know
know,
what I mean?
but
You know yourself.
There's only one person tells jokes.
Aye,
That's
but
it.
that's the thing. I'm like, here, fucking. When I asked for a tight five, you turned up. Your big wide fanny.
That was tight. You were
Sorry,
5?
I should explain. The wide fanny is a type of Ford
Yeah.
Transit she was driving at the time. The Ford wide fanny.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah, it's a good car.
Four-wheel
Good car.
drive.
Good car. But I did. Yeah, one time I was. Cause you know how whenever you're making love with a new partner,
I wouldn't know, Mike.
I think it's I think it's easier for women sometimes. I've done stand-up with this before, but I think I sometimes get jealous that women and indeed gay men get to deal with a willy in sex
Aye.
because you can just there you go, you boy, you and then you got, and it's.
Aye, I always think it could be like drumming. You know, when you're drumming, you get to release a load of energy by drumming. I'm like, if you were like somebody just grab a cunt, fucking like,
Aye, just like sometimes you can come when it hurts. You know what I mean? So you still come. I've managed to several times in my life ejaculate as a defense mechanism, much like a skunk.
yes,
Do you know what I mean? Just spray. But I find that when you're dealing with the female genitalia, that is the genitals of a female. It's more like cracking a safe.
Oh, absolutely.
You have to kind of,
You listen. Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Which makes love making very hard when you've got a glass up to it. I'm the opposite of Bill Cosby.
Well, depends on the woman you're with. Could be a shot glass or a pint glass, but it depends.
Is that why you're in Walmart? Hey, Mer.
How long is this going to last for?
for?
You're going to be hot for 12 hours by.
A shot glass or a pint glass? You know that's what Johnny Depp meant by mega pint? Because Amber Heard is such a cunt. Oh, God. That's how you wrap a joke up.
Oh, fuck me.
Do you know what I mean? But that's... How's that for you, pet? No, I left a bit. No problem. Are we in yet?
You're writing down the combo. Beside
Aye,
it. What was
exactly.
that again? Well, three to the left.
What are you saying? It's digital safe? No problem.
Biometric.
Get the face.
The flaps have to open for you. Facial ID.
Put your face in the circle. That's fucking disgusting.
Oh, fuck.
EXP 2024, Connor. That's all I've said. Do you know what I mean? Have it on the wall and everything.
Oh, fucking mighty. So yes, that was only Friday night. So then we went to Common Market. And so, well, Saturday, what did you do?
So Saturday was Jason Manford.
Manford, sorry.
Friday,
Sunday.
I had 2 gigs Friday night. So I did Dave Elliott's podcast with Kieran Bartlett.
Oh yes, how'd that go?
Really good fun.
Strand, was
Wasn't
it?
as good as ours.
Not as good as ours.
I mean, say it wasn't good as ours. I don't know.
Well, probably you were more sober at his than you were at ours.
Oh, 100%.
So it's not as much fun.
I learned that Jordan Robinson, friend of the show, did a project in university all about the Strand Cinema. And we were standing outside just as I got there, and he was like, "Do you know the Strand is actually the oldest cinema on the island of Ireland?" And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yep." He went, in fact, during World War II, in the Belfast Blitz, when the Germans bombed East Belfast because they had most of the production in the city, they actually used the Strand Cinema as a soup kitchen for the people who were bombed out of their homes during the Belfast Blitz. And I was like, "Thanks for telling me that, Jordan." And now, anytime we walk into any room together, I'm like, "Jordan, what's crack this place?" And it's my new thing, and I'm not letting it go. I was at the Pav one the night. I was like, "So much about the smoking area of the Pav, Jordan?" It's not. I think
That will be milked to death.
It's going to become bullying.
Yeah.
It's like the time that I one time pointed at the ground and Aaron McCann laughed, and now I go, "McCann," and he looked over and I just pointed at the floor again, and he just laughs. And I'm a psycho. I love a callback
Oh yeah.
in both stand up and life. So I will be punishing him
Yeah.
because he told me that.
I have a couple of mates that got who there's a callback that goes 21 years ago, and it still be used this day, just randomly, just out of the blue. It's fucking deadly. I
Aye.
love that.
Jordan said to me at one point as well, he goes, "You know, there's a black minstrel in the carpet in the Strand Cinema," and I was like, "Well, that's racist. Let that fella go." So
Oh, I thought you meant the sweets. I was like, are they not?
I actually thought the sweets.
I thought they were all
initially-
dark.
No, they used to have. Remember Vice Versa?
Vice versa. Oh Jesus!
No,
No,
that was a sweet.
That was a sweet.
Just that was a sweet
That
now,
was a
boys
sweet.
and girls. Let me tell you. See, before we all had to eat fucking.
Not only that, Maggie, but do you see the black and white relations in the world?
Be much
Solved
better
with
with Vice Versa.
There's room in a pack for everybody.
Aye, absolutely. They should be called nice verses because they were lovely.
They were. Now,
Now we're getting into sweet talk again.
sweet talk.
Fuck, here we go.
Here we go. You know what?
Nobody said crisp.
You know I get interested whenever I fold my hands and I go, no.
Oh,
Tell me
Jesus.
this. Which was your favourite?
I'm a white chocolate man, to be honest with you.
See, I'm a dark chocolate man, so I loved the white one. But then I was raging about the fucking white shell. If I could have had the dark shell and the dark chocolate,
So, I'm trying to remember, because Vice Versa were white shell, dark chocolate,
Hence
dark shell, white
chocolate.
See, I thought it was just a fucking. I've confused. No, I remember them now. Yes.
and you remember why they're called vice versa?
I know for a second I was thinking, I'm sorry that I offended you by not knowing about an ancient sweet, Connor.
No, it was called vice
Speaking
versa.
of ancient sweets, is the Queen's still on the third? No, shit. But I forgot for a second
There's
there.
a stamp on it that says expires 2024.
It doesn't say EXP. I'm going to invent a cryptocurrency called
Called
EXP,
EXP.
24, and
Maybe.
you're going to be all, "Oh, can I have some, Mickey?" I'm going to be all, "No, Connor, because it's just for me and Jason." Me and Jason. But I forgot for a second that it was a white shell milk chocolate, right? I thought it was just like a minstrel
And a white minstrel?
And a white minstrel.
No.
No. I'll tell you what.
That's why I was laughing at you make about the vice versa thing. Because
I got it.
Wasn't
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You
What a zinger. I will say this. Two things that I think have, and again, could improve black-white relationships. Mm-hmm. Two things that have stopped that I think they should bring back and should be made permanent. Mm-hmm. Euro once had a limited edition Euro where it was milk chocolate on the outside, white chocolate bubbles. Sublime, right? Cocoa Pops. Do you remember one year came out? It was Halloween, a Halloween limited edition. Half of the Cocoa Pops got scared and scared themselves white.
Yeah.
And you had milk chocolate with white chocolate Cocoa Pops, like all mixed up. Fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm
you know-
borderline diabetic because of it.
Yeah.
Sublime.
I always wonder-
I want to say to you, Tony Kellogg, I believe his first name's Tony, based on my research. I don't give a snap, crackle, and pop about your Sugar Puffs, Nestle. Fuck. Bring them back, and I'll start eating cereals again.
Okay. I don't know if you're talking to Tony Kellogg or Tony the Tiger, but I know I'm not too
Same
sure.
dude.
Same dude. Oh,
Obviously the same dude. He was named as Tiger. Tiger was Tony Kellogg's nickname.
Right.
It's
Okay.
Anthony Kellogg if you want to really get
okay.
fucking
So
into
that's what it was,
semantics about it.
Right.
And like they called him the Tiger because he was never done roaring. I don't know where to go with that.
Well, at least we tried.
Because I tell you why he was called the Tiger, right? Because people would often said, people would often said to him, "Here, Tony, why do you call that thing cows can't walk across?" And he would go, "They're great." Do you hear at the time?
We'll come back
do you
to
ever-
that one.
Do you hear at the time? Tony Kellogg, Tony the Tiger Kellogg, went to a wine making facility, and somebody was like, "Here, Tony, what do you think they put in them bottles to make the wine?" And he went, "They're grapes." Nope.
Keep going.
Did you ever hear about the time Tony, Tony the Tiger Kellogg walked in on Bill Cosby? You hear that? And he went, "Rawr," like, "Stop that, Bill," he said.
Just as Bill was about to administer the special K. That's ketamine.
Was ketamine? Was it ketamine? What did he use?
No, I think was it? Oh, was it Hypnol? Was it? No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Sweating those still water goes to bubbly pops. It's time to take a naps.
What a cunt. What a
Hope he
cunt.
dies soon.
Tigers.
Yeah, so that was just a brief history on.
I was gonna. Do you know what? I was gonna start something there, and I thought, no, that cunt's gonna turn around and go, "You're one born bastard."
No, go on ahead.
No, forget about it. Forget about it.
No, you have the floor now. Come on.
I was gonna say, do you know why tigers are orange and black and white striped, even though they crawl through the jungle in the green?
No, why?
See,
No, wait, joking. Why?
because they're camouflaged. Because their prey, the deers and stuff like that, can only see through a green filter. So what they see, they don't see the tiger. We see the tiger going, "What are you hiding, mate? You're not hiding there. You're
Aye.
orange against green." But they see green against green.
I don't know if you've ever seen the video of the tiger jumping out of the long grass in Kenya. Nobody sees a fucking tiger. You ever seen that video? Fucking terrifying.
No. But yeah,
And you
no.
see it through the full like the full spread.
Oh, I come out and tell. Yeah,
Yeah.
But I'm saying this is like when you watch. It's on Netflix. It's one of Attenborough's new ones. When you watch it, it shows you in our eyes.
It shows you a tiger putting on a fucking a onesie.
And here we
Spray
see,
painting himself green.
and here we see the king of the jungle, getting ready to take on his prey. He dons the onesie of death.
You have to watch it. Go and watch it because it's not until they filter the camera to what the deer sees.
Yeah.
And then you go, "Oh fuck, he's just disappeared."
Yeah. Do you know?
Like it was clear as day. You're like, "Oh, you're not hiding, mate. They can see you're orange."
Yeah.
And the green. And then when it turns light, you're like, "Where did they go?"
Do you
He's
know
fucking.
Wayne Rooney has something similar? Except he sneaks up on old deers. She joke about him being with an Asian prostitute. Remember ages ago?
It's topical now. She's on the ball.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Tiger. Did you know? Interesting animal facts. Do you know polar?
Oh, yours is interesting, but mine's boring as fuck. I love this. This is fucking great.
I said it was interesting.
No, you didn't.
Yes, it did. Sorry.
Wind that back here, James. Wind it back.
I'll wind it back for you.
Do you see that face?
Walked in on Bill Cosby. Too far. Wow, Connor, that's really interesting. I didn't know that about
Fuck
tigers.
up, yeah.
Do you know Wayne Rooney has the same thing, except he sneaks up on old deers, and we're caught up.
So sometimes when I laugh,
Here's what I want to know.
I hear like Muttley.
We all hear that. What I need to know is how the fuck did tigers know to do that?
No,
Did they keep missing? Do you know what I mean? The tigers keep being like, fuck.
That's what I was trying to get at. What blows my mind is they evolved. Their tone of their fur evolved to match their prey.
You would think.
But I was wondering, like, did they sit down with a deer and go, listen, what color can you see?
Aye.
Was there like a survey?
You would think if they'd anything, if they were smart, they would have evolved not a fur coat in the jungle. Because they must be fucking Jesus Christ, wild warming.
Do you know what cats are like? They're fucking hating themselves and like
Tiger running about like, fuck me, I'm sweating, boys. Jesus, I wish it was Siamese. Jesus wept. And the Siamese cats, Siamese cats all sunburnt. I wish I had a coat. I wish I didn't have alopecia. Because the successfully, there's various animals that success. Because I heard a thing one time that what do you call it? Polar bears aren't actually white. Their fur reflects the snow, so they're more of a brownie color.
I remember hearing that, but I don't know if that's is it.
They're not fully. There's something to do with
There's
their
something
their
about. I remember
furs.
hearing that about the
like
snow reflecting off them. Yeah.
Do you ever hear about the? There's a David Attenborough thing I think I've seen. It's two polar bears, and it's like a baby polar bear and a mummy polar bear. But they voice it over. They voice it over so you at home can understand what they're sort of saying to each other. Mm-hmm. And they're like going through the North Pole, and the baby polar bear goes. It's according to the documentary I've seen. Baby polar bear goes, "Mummy, are you sure I'm a polar bear?" And the mummy polar bear goes, "Of course you're a polar bear. Look at you. You've white fur, you've black nose, fucking snow. You're a polar bear."
Naturally.
So a couple of days later, they're walking through the North Pole, and baby polar bear's like, "Mummy, are you sure I'm a polar bear?" The mummy polar bear's like, "Of course you're a fucking polar bear. Like you've white fur, you're black nose. I mean, you eat fish out of the seals and stuff, and it's freezing, you're cold, and you walk about and it's grand." But 4 or 5 days goes past, and the baby polar bear goes, "Mummy, are you sure I'm a polar bear?" Like, and the mummy polar bear just had enough, according to Attenborough. And the mummy polar bear's like, "Why the fuck do you keep asking me if you're a polar bear? I've told you a million times. You white fur, you black nose, you look like a bear. Rawr. Do you know what I mean? Live in the North Pole. You're a polar bear. Why do you keep asking me?" And the baby polar bear goes, "Because I'm fucking freezing." The other thing I watched was about the circuses. Wild bad. You shouldn't go to circuses. It was a fellow went for a job.
Did he get halfway through that last joke and go, "Oh fuck, I'm another one. How long? Let me get this one finished. I'll do it."
Actually, what happened was I said the word freezing halfway through the last joke and kind of spoiled the ending. But the thing I did see was a documentary about the circus. Don't go to the circus, right? Never go back to it. I'll never darken the flaps of a circus again. And I nearly said door and I realised I don't have those. And all I had was flaps. And now I can't think.
I'm thinking of the blown in the window.
I'm just doing a whole different fucking thing about darkening flaps. Whole transracial thing going on. But watch this really bad.
There's fucking acrobats coming out of your flaps there.
Watch this really terrible documentary, Connor. If you find popcorn down there, you're in trouble. But it was harrowing. It was one of them Netflix ones with the opening titles going like that. Sorry, that's seat squeaked. If you're listening to this, I wasn't a fart. I was doing a visual thing. But it was a guy who went for a job as a lion tamer, very cruel.
Oh, yeah.
To be a lion tamer. And in the interview, the guy he'd never done it before. So he was honest. He said to the guy in charge, he's like, "Listen, I've never been a lion tamer before. Like, what are you supposed to do?" And the guy says, "Well, basically, when the lion comes out, what you do is you take this whip, and if the lion comes at you, gets aggressive, you just crack the whip at it, cracking." The guy was like, "I don't really feel right about doing that." And the guy in charge, this is all part of the documentary, you can see it on Netflix. He said, "Listen, you have to do it. Just crack the whip. That's what you have to do. Put the lion back." And the guy goes, "But what happens if the fucking whip doesn't work, for example?" And he says, "Well, if the whip doesn't work, what you do is you pick this chair up and you just fucking ram the chair at the lion, right? And get there, and then maybe double up with a whip, hit him with the chair." That should make the land calm down. And then the guy goes, but I don't know, a second here. What if, like, if the whip doesn't work and the chair doesn't work? What am I supposed to do then? And the guy says, well, if the whip doesn't work and the chair doesn't work, what you do is you take a wee bit of shite and you rub it in the end of the land's nose. And the guy goes, well, what if there's no shite? And the fella goes, there will be. So, no, we documented the other day, one was a real terrible one. But again, the guy flying. By the way,
you're into your
trigger warning. Trigger warning. If you're afraid of flying, fucking maybe go and boil the kettle. So this might be too much for you.
Trigger warning. He's going to do a third dad joke.
I'm not going to dad joke. It's a fucking documentary. What's there? Two documentaries?
It's not called dad jokes.
No, it's not a documentary.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Fucking talk to me about your squirrel. You won't even let me tell you about documentaries I've seen. Fella is terrible. And I'm telling you now, if you're afraid of flying, turn off now. Go boil a kettle. Fucking team of land or something. His mom was. It's a documentary's horrible. He's on this flight and it's only him and the pilot. There's one because it's only recently as well because all the fucking job losses with. Did you not see this?
No.
So on the flight's ground, the pilot says, "Listen, do you want to fucking just sit, but like the front row? Just take the front row there and help yourself to the minibar. There's nobody here. Stewardesses at all went on strike or something. So the guys, that's grand. Next thing you know, he looks in the cockpit and the pilot's fucking dead. Right? For those of you who aren't on Patreon, you can't see this, but I'm doing a really good impression of a dead man.
That was a very good impression.
Right? Your man's like, what the fuck? And he runs in and he jumps and he takes the pilot out of the seat and he sits down on the thing, puts the headphones on. And he's like, hello, 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 panicking. It's all in the black box recorder. It's fucking terrifying. Panicking. Hello, hello, hello. And he finally gets through the air traffic control and they're like, what's the situation up there? And he's like, the fucking pilot's just had a heart attack or something, dropped dead. I'm sitting here in the front. I fucking don't know how to fly a plane. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I think I'm going to die. And they were like, well, can you tell us anything about your height and position? He goes, I'm 4'2", I'm sitting in the front seat. Not 4'2", 5'10". Because it was night, right? Because it was night time. And they went, what condition the aircraft in? And he says, listen, I don't know how to read these instruments, but I can tell you for one thing, I'm definitely upside down. And the girl says, how do you know you're upside down? He goes, the shite's run under the collar of my shirt.
Oh, I can't believe I sat for that length of time.
I saw no documentary recently. I just can't think of it.
Was it called How to Wrap Up a Podcast?
I can't believe you don't believe they're documentaries. They're true.
What?
You let one go?
No, I didn't. Don't be reaching over there.
Sen. I think you flew a plane the day yourself. You
need to be camouflage. You
waiting on a land coming in? What the fuck? You seen any documentaries recently?
Tell you what.
Did you hear the documentary with the two dwarfs in the brothel?
Stop it. We're going to get in a lot of trouble. Oh, are we? I don't even know anymore.
Jason Manford told me it was a good documentary.
Right.
It was a terrible documentary. Horrible. It was on Netflix as well. It was one of them ones where the titles come in like soft focus and then in sharp. It's very, very horrible. I think it was 2017 it came out. 96% approval rating. But this man was in a car crash. And horrible, horrible car crash. And lost his willy in the car crash.
Oh, yeah.
And he woke up in the hospital, and there was a doctor there, and the doctor says, "Listen, you've survived, mostly cuts and scrapes and stuff." But he says, "Look, I'm telling you now, you've lost your willy. Your willy came off in the car accident." And it's terrible. Like, 'cause there's interviews with the guy, and he's talking about how he feels and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, what am I doing? I have a willy, like, and, you know." And then the surgeon's like, "Listen, the good thing about it is I'm a pioneer in this field of research.
Excellent.
So I can reattach a willy for you."
Really?
And the guy's like, "Oh my god, that's amazing." He's like, how do we do that? It was in America, so obviously it's not free healthcare.
Of course, yeah.
And the surgeon says, "Well, we can give you this wee small willy. It's going to cost you about $2,000. He says, we can give you a medium willy here. This is all in the documentary. We can give you, it costs you about maybe $4,000 or $5,000. And he goes, and there's a big fucking honker for a doinger here, a big willy. That's going to cost about $8,000. And the fella, it cuts to him being interviewed, and he's crying and stuff, and he's like, you know, all I could think about at that moment in time was my wife. So he says to the surgeon, he's like, "Listen, it affects my wife more than it affects me, really. So I suppose I'll have a chat with her." So the surgeon's like, "Absolutely, I'll give you a few minutes." And he leaves the room. And comes back in about 5 minutes later and looks as well. I've been talking to the wife and we've decided we're going to get a new kitchen. Are people paying a $5 a month?
I don't know what has happened this week. This is the premier comedian.
I fucking love jokes, mate. I swear to God. Like, they're hilarious. Yeah, but the documentary about the new altar boy, no?
You've been around Manford too long. That's what's going to happen.
There's a documentary, man. EXP 2024. It's a documentary about this altar boy. Harrowing. In Galway. It's one of them Netflix ones. But it's sponsored by RTE.
Right.
So it's the same drifty sort of
credits
thing.
coming in, yeah.
But then it says, and also with
RTE production.
RTE. It says something in Irish. I don't speak Fenian.
It's probably RTE.
Something like that, Ardesh or something. Radio Television, it says. Yeah. So what happened is this altar boy, it was his first day on the job. That's how he referred to it, as the job.
Yeah.
Because altar boys take it very seriously.
It's calling.
Yeah. And he'd been there a while, but a new priest came in after sort of a couple of weeks.
Right.
So the priest was, the old priest had come up with this idea for confession, right? And what he had a chart on the inside of the wall, and it would just be the sin, and then what penance he would give.
Okay.
So said a bad word, 3 Hail Marys, kicked a dog, 2 Our Fathers, etc. Right. And this new priest comes in, and so this is all from the altar boy's point of view. The altar boy's there. He's like, I was up just doing what altar boys do, cleaning the wine out of the thing, and do you know what I mean, stocking the bread up and stuff like that. And this new priest saying confession, and this woman came in. It's a fucking harrowing story. It's horrible. The woman comes
Sounds
in,
like it.
says, "Bless me, Father, I've sinned," and he's like, "Sure, you know yourself. Well, haven't we all?" Or whatever, you know. And then he's like, "What have you done?" And she says to the priest, she says, "Well, I'll be honest with you, Father. I gave my husband's best friend a blowjob." And the priest like, "What the fuck?" And it cuts to the priest, and the priest like, "I don't know what to say."
This day and age.
The altar boy was like, everybody knew about it. Small town. So the priest says he goes into the chart to try and find what penance
penance
to give,
would be,
what the penance to give, right?
yeah.
And he's fucking no idea.
Probably a lot of penances,
but it's not on the chart. He's like, "What do I do here?" So he's like, "Alexa, play some fucking music," and he steps out of the altar, out of the confessional.
He's Alexa in the confession.
He has it there just for like, your call's important to us.
Yeah, in case God needs to talk to him.
Your confession's important to us. And he steps out of the confessional and he sees the new altar boy.
Right.
Who's been there a couple of weeks more than the new priest.
Ah, yes.
And he says to the altar boy, "Here, young fella, what do the old priests usually give for a blowjob?" And the altar boy says, 50p in a Mars bar. Oh, fuck. Thanks very much for listening. We're going to jump over to Patreon now and answer some questions from our lovely patrons.
How long do we get this right now? Because we do this every week. We fucking
I saw a
close up
documentary
shop.
all week, man, about 3 fellas called Paddy. You won't believe what happened.
I saw a documentary. It was on Prime, but it wasn't on Netflix. And it was basically about 2 comedians who had tours that they wanted to sell tickets for. Now, one of them is more pressing than the other. It was called 35. And it's very soon. It's in the next of weeks.
It's in August. I'm the stupid cunt who booked a tour in August and everybody's on their holidays because I forgot you can fly this year.
And then the stupid cunt that forgets he has a podcast that he should be fucking advertising it on. So
I did at the start, didn't it?
you sort of mentioned it.
Aye.
So we're gonna rhyme out. No, just go to shine.net.
Go to shine.net. It's got tickets for the Ulster, the Waterfront Hall in December. It's got tickets for the tour in August, and it's got 4 tickets left for the special that's been recorded on the 16th and 17th of July.
Questions have been asked about content
Of the special?
all the shows.
Haven't a clue.
So somebody asked, is it the same? Is the Waterfront the same as the summer show?
No.
Is the summer show different?
It'll be different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody will ask that question when I go into it. Just be one.
It'll be different. I hope.
Yeah. And then we have, so that's you in August. And then are you out then after that? Is the Waterfront the only big one after that?
Waterfront's only big one after that.
You no tour dates around the Waterfront, have you?
No.
just
So
went around,
what I
okay.
might do, depending on how it goes, I might tour in January, February
Okay,
next year.
right, okay. There you go.
The August one's just for something to do, to be honest with you. But
Shine
come
down
down,
that.
especially, and by the way, I should say, because I know I've given Ballymena a bit of stick in the past, but I genuinely love Ballymena. So please buy tickets to that show.
I love Ballymena too. I just can't get into it.
Oh man, you should.
I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed in. They won't put maturity on.
Don't you support me?
Might actually just annoy the bastards.
Might help sell tickets too. Ballymena, that's the sexiest accent. If you ask me, Ballymena accent's the best one. What about you, boy? You want me to...
But do you know what? See what like the Ballymena or like a proper... Like,
I'm joking. I think it's
like
disgusting, but nobody's buying tickets to the show.
Oh no, I do love it.
Fair Hill with a shopping's in there. Whoa.
But do you see like Derry, Ballymena, and them sort of accents? I do be like very curious as to what a lady in the heights of orgasm sounds like in that accent. Like what is?
Ballymena.
Could you do a Derry woman coming?
Yeah, it's only dogs can hear it.
Right. Okay. I was thinking.
When a Derry woman comes, you sound like she's spam.
Oh, that's fucking delightful. Is that like Minnie Mouse there?
Yeah, that's how high up you go. Jeez, that's wild good high. Treat me like a fucking circus door.
What about Ballymena? What happens there whenever she's...
Oh, they don't come, so they're Protestants.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
They only come for Jesus.
That's it. Yeah. They only come for free tea and cakes.
Good tray bake spot.
Just wild good tray. Wild good. Anyway, we're going to go to Patreon, answer questions.
Yes.
Join the Patreon. See you there. Tell you about more documentaries. All the best to you. What's up, motherfuckers?